What is going on, people? We are living that gnarly for namaste life. This is Ryan McLean, the author, the presenter. I am giving you the How to Slay the Dragon speech and fluid conversation today. Becoming the best man or woman you can be in this derived life of transfusion and of just energy that you are being delivered with. Okay, so we need to learn how to navigate those rough waters. We need to learn to get our wants, our desires, our lust back for life. So this is a quick talk just to get you back on your Friday missions, living that charged life, living that creation, living that freestyle, free spirit life. You know, it requires money. It requires service. It requires daily dredging of the gardens. Living in the middle of that karmic field. Not too high, not too low. Trying to keep that balance and that flow. We're going to have a good time talking about this. This is something that many people haven't learned in educational matters. We have to sometimes unplug to learn what's real. We're being bombarded by content, by influencers, by locations and communities, by opportunities. And we all are trying to thrive and survive depending on our locations, get better opportunities, live smarter, faster, stronger, live better. So these are some of those areas of life that we can conjure a plan and not be on the bench as a bench warmer. Okay, so some of these areas that we need to find adjustment to is daily routines. Getting up in the morning and finding something that we can splash into. We can splash into some delights. Finding something that we are just happy about and exploring. And the mind is everything, and we must really treat it like a temple and treat our surroundings and our daily endeavors like a temple. I don't care if you're in a war-torn zone or you're dealing with political displays and you're being brought into clickbait with every single Facebook feed and every single Twitter feed and every single conversation. We can learn how to be neutral and embrace dark with light, because there is all those elements with life. We must learn how to purge and shield ourselves, block those out, and find a life of passion and a drawing to something you love, and unexamined life is not worth living. So we must know thyself. I keep on talking about that. Finding ways to get back to ourself, getting back to who we are, getting back to grounding, learning how to feel the floor, learning the 80-20 rule of life. What is creating my with 20% effort, what's creating the best results, the 80% of my results, and really getting back to that Think and Grow Rich, finding your burning desire, having the absolute belief and faith. You find all these athletes like Conor McGregor, Muhammad Ali, Tyson, whoever you want to talk about in that fighting community, they have an absolute belief. They have an absolute sure confidence in themselves. They have a strategy to find their inner game and work their inner game and find a passion-filled inner game, and learning how to navigate all those garden snakes and those reptilian sort of dinosaur primitive brain instincts, and learning that we could talk our way into success every day, and we have to get that Intel inside core processor working better, working for us, not against us. Not having an enemy within, more or less. The mind is everything, and we think what we become. This is not the secret. This is real talk. This has been displayed in many ancient texts. This has been just a software that humans run on best. Because time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life or dream. Here's another thing: a don't give a fuck attitude. How can we learn this mentality? Because so much of our livelihood is based on reputation, based on lifestyle, based on just other people's dreams, other people's mentalities, other people's influence. What is true with you? What is what does the explorer in you want to do? What does the dreamer want to do? What does the discoverer inside? Can we throw off those bow lines and sail away from a safe harbor and catch the winds in your sails? This is something that we must learn to really break out of that comfort zone, break out of that daily, having a bold, impactful life, a fun, desired ninjutsu life. We must learn that social constraints aren't always benefiting us as long as we are not harming other people, right? Okay, so, that goes into wanting to win, wanting to live, wanting to succeed, and really getting back to that child innocence of life and being innocent daily, understanding that you don't know it all, understanding that you are not the dogma of your projections of life. You are the explorer going across the sea, just like Christopher Columbus or the Vikings or the Galileos of the day. We are having this talk because of many sort of life, highly effective people that transverse the globe in order to bring the knowledge of humanity and bring the knowledge of what works best in society and bring truth out there. And we're going to continue hitting blizzards until we can find truth. There's truth that you must find for yourself as well. There's so much truth for that. And there's magic within this planet, where there's magic within going for something bold, going for something that you believe in, impacting with your service. Let's talk about that for a second. Because service is a virtue that we must engage upon and really embrace and take massive action and be persistent with it. Because we keep on reading this same old tired story, be persistent, take massive action. But we need something that we love and we feel for, and that this intention, this whole magnet that's pulling us towards our divine purpose, our lust for life, the reason that we wake up, this whole off the treadmill of life. We need to go towards that land, that promised land, that mastermind, and we must transmute a lot of our desires that are away from that paradigm and model reality, and then bring in all those beautiful colors of life, the poetry of life, the living of life. And, it's easier said than done, but we must continue to take experiments. We must continue to be the Tesla, continue to just keep on cracking away at that diamond mine to find those diamonds. So, again, getting back to slaying that dragon, we must do this consistently in actions, and just do it mentality is one of those prospering skills, because we must just do something every day, every single moment. We must sort of go in that stream of flow towards that intention that we set the software for life, right? And then and battle for what you believe in, and be true to what you believe in, and surround yourself with people that believe in that same surroundings and that lust. And then slaying the dragon may be in the morning just having a cup of coffee that's nutritious. And slaying the dragon can be when your mind says don't do it, it's foolish, you're tired, you're this, you're that. This new book, Living with the Seal for 30 Days, really explains that we are really only living 40% of our true potential. We could go past that 60% that we aren't using. And it's just this quit mentality that's installed in human beings to conserve energy. But now we have so much energy and an abundance in this modern world, and so much information at our fingertips. It's just about having, recharging. So another point I want to talk about is having that shield of what you love and what you do and what you're about, because that shield is your protection of your truth. And society wants us a lot of times to be held back, and we must like take those spears and block. We must be in a phalanx battalion position. We must literally play the music and laugh off all those haters and all those people that are truly just a bit jealous of what you are shooting for and what brings up insecurities in people. And it's all about behavioral psychology. And it's not about taking the medication because you're feeling all that anxiety. The anxiety is your own inner voice and compass that's helping you give you a feedback loop on how your life is going. So we must just push past all those people and just learn the techniques to swivel around those dreams and that other people are instilling and installing in your brain. Because you have all these installed programs from a young kid. So we must slowly but surely uninstall these programs, upgrade our program, and really we are going into a singularity of technology and life and interpretation of what our life is. And yeah, we're just going to be continuing to have this experiment. And one thing is true is like you must look at impermanence, because we are all fleeting. We are all dying slowly. So impermanence gives us a nice way to realize that and adjust based on our immortality. So I was discussing this with a Buddhist Shaolin teacher the other day, and she enlightened me that this was the original messages from 5,000 years ago and the original philosophies of how people lived a significant, prosperous, happy lives. Not wanting to desire more actually led to a happier life, more content life. They didn't have the sleep issues we have these days. They didn't have a lot of these lack of love feeling and disconnection with communities. There was more of a group, egoic, more or less inspiration towards truth and opportunity, and also not desiring more, so that caused more pain. This endless pursuit of profit, this endless pursuit of more oil, and this endless pursuit of more war, and endless pursuit of more love and more partners, and all these choices are discombobulating our mainframe. So we must know exactly what we want, know more the why, and you can just not exactly what we want, but know the why of what you want, and continue to harness that and reprogram your modeled beliefs on money, life, relationships, and then add skills to your repertoire. So that's the fun part, is adding those skills, adding those new installations on building skills and being committed. Because these days it's like being committed is like held to a lower standard, and that's not a virtue we'd love to. And I have these problems too, being committed. We have to know that ourself and who we are, and based on our personality, is unique. And sometimes what's working for someone else in the educational system or what's working in the job paradigm may not be our built-in skill set. So we must go into the Myers-Briggs, the 16personalities.com, to get our behavioral psychology and get our astrological sign down to what we truly are, and really get down to the journaling of every day and work towards that, those skills that we are already pre-installed with that we can flourish. That's slaying the dragon again. So there's so many terrific life hacks we can throw in this world, but it's about serving more. And that is a very potent belief that we can install and have to progress with. So, having a grateful heart is key too. Relationships is 90% of our happiness. Work at something you enjoy. Give people more than they expect, and do it cheerfully. Going above and beyond. That's just like how to not eat Alone by Ken Ferrazzi. He writes kind of like the How to Win Friends and Influence People. He really talks about, going above and beyond, sending thank you cards and being generous, having a grateful heart, persistence towards relationships and what you want. A lot of us give up too much, and we're not committed to ourselves and our success and our quality of life. Therefore, we become slaves of corporations, political establishments, religious dogmas. I mean, there's great things about all those, but to be bold and courageous is a whole nother look on life. And, we need to take care of people who are taking care of us and taking care of dreams that we are living. So I like to really shout out that point. And, really what the best way to slay the dragon is being authentic with love versus fear, and then having that but battle that goes on every day. And as long as we have a little bit of an advantage every day in love, then that means that we are making progress. All these to-do lists, crossing off, all that stuff every single day, that creates anxiety too. So finding ways to slay the dragon every day and slaying your own fears is the key. And that's a big book on that is Art of War. And what we can do daily is have little installations, little reminders, little things you can add to that repertoire to then make it easier. Because willpower is another thing we can discuss, because willpower is draining, and it's a draining resource. So if we have those going together at the same time, we can be in unison and fire off on two fronts. So we are, that is the art of war of life. So that's some easy steps to slay the dragon. Again, to review, having your daily rituals, having daily self-talks, setting an intention for the day, doing some sort of meditation reset, connecting to the mind, body, and spirit every day is a philosophy of Gnarly for Namaste. So having that built in will give us an advantage for just winning the day over having the ability not to be a zombie is key, and being in control of your own mind rather than letting it drive our daily pursuits. So that's what we have to discuss for today. I'll be back on Periscope. I'm new to this. Thank you for tuning in. Grab the book Gnarly for Namaste. It has many actions, has many new types of methods that you can reinstall programs in the brain and reinstall programs in the body, learning new tricks to that old pony, and really becoming your best self, and not just reading all this material. We know how high school went and grade school. We forget most of the stuff that we've learned. So these are new practices that you can add to your life and actually practice, and action instills kinesiology of the body, and the neurophysics work into that. And so we become a quantum energy ball of goodness, and we're recharging daily. So keeping those batteries fully charged in the body and keeping that lifestyle charged up, that is the key. And again, let me see those smiles, let me see those peace signs, and we're going to be talking and educating and bringing forth programs, because it is happening, and it's a revolution, baby. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.